Now, who is trying to put a RICO case on my girl Trinity? And why all of a sudden are y'all coming out Neil after she's won? Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking Love Island USA Season 8 postseason, you guys. And it is going to be the gift that keeps on giving. You know what's so crazy? Is this cast is not clout chasing, you know what I'm saying? At least the ones that are not trying to do all these interviews and be seen and all this and all of that. They're just doing normal posting on social media, you know what I'm saying? Just giving you a little Instagrammy story here or there, like Anaya and Trinity and things are doing. Melanie, she's got pink hair now, so now she's making the round. So she's back in Anaya's comments saying that she misses kissing her. She is calling Carl Primo, like cousin, Carl Naya forever. I never heard of Carl Naya forever. I thought it was Carnaya. But anyways, Melanie has made her big return to the socials and everything else with this pink hair, and she went to the same hairstylist that Trinity and Kata have went to. Also, Kata and Zack Attack, they were spotted at the airport, and I believe Kata is back in New Hampshire. I am not sure where Zack Attack is. I don't know if he went with New Hampshire with her or not, but she only posted in her stories that she was reunited with her dog, right? And as far as Anaya was spotted by somebody at work, so we can put the Facetune rumors to rest. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the Anaya haters or if it's the KC defenders or NBA Twitter or what it is, but y'all are obsessed with Anaya. Obsessed. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird. It's like y'all don't get any engagement or no traction or no motion if y'all don't discuss her. So basically, the fan took multiple pictures with Anaya and was like, Facetune where? Facetune where? She looks the same as she does in her Instagram-y photos. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Also, I believe Carl and Anaya, Carl has followed Anaya's sisters. Anaya has been following Carl's family as well. They're posting back and forth thirst traps to each other. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I just need somebody to get on the plane. But I don't know if they're just waiting, if they potentially have a big press run that they're about to do soon to promote the show and then film the reunion. And that could be potentially why. You know, they decided, listen, look at here, let me spend time with my family and friends first, and then we're going to be locked in for a little bit with this press tour and everything else. I don't know, right? That's what it's kind of given to me. The Reality Tea podcast kind of hinted, I don't know if it's true or not, but they kind of made it seem like Carnaya and Trinity are going to be on Jimmy Fallon or are going to be on bigger media outlets to do press. But I don't know if and when that's going to be taking place, because I told you in my video yesterday that they were confirmed interviews coming up for Kata and Melanie without their significant others, without their couples, right? But as far as everyone else, we have not heard anything. And I saw as well, Corbin apparently has done another interview, y'all. He has done another interview, and he does not believe that Kenzie really is into Dylan. Surprise, surprise, but again, and he said what Melanie said on the show. He said that had it not been for movie night exposing Kenzie, like Melanie said when it aired, she would have continued exploring. And if the house didn't turn against Kenzie when it got exposed that she kissed Gal, she would have continued exploring, because she's not here for a good time or a long time. She's just here, you know what I'm saying, to maximize her opportunity. You know what I mean? She's going to maximize her opportunity. Done with nursing, done with all the things. She's on brand trips right now. You know what I'm saying, with Dylan, Jaden, and gal and all the things. So we'll see how long this thing with Dylan lasts. I still don't trust Dylan. I still am not buying what he is selling, but ultimately Kenzie will maximize this until a bigger opportunity comes along. It is what I think, right? So next we got to get into my girl Trinity. We got to get into my girl Trinity, because I don't know what in the HELL has happened, but an alleged ex has come forward all of a sudden, and we got to get into this. It says, before you went on Love Island and blocked me on everything, you promised me you weren't going to hurt me and handle the situation correctly, but I guess it is F me, right? And so what has happened, he also posted a video of him and Trinity kissing, and he was recording it, and she was like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to make a movie or whatever else, like a SEX tape? And he's like, so what if I am? And they're kissing all over each other and all of the things. Here's my question, though. You know what I'm saying? If Trinity blocked you on everything before she even left for the show, wouldn't that indicate that she's done with you? Wouldn't that indicate that she's no longer trying to be entangled with you, or whatever the case may be? And didn't Trinity tell us on the show that she got her ex cracked before she went into sequester? You know what I'm saying? Because they have to stay at a hotel for a little bit of a time, you know, to do the press, do their interviews, do any testing, all the things, and do their cast photos, their cast interviews, and then practice for that goofy dance that they do at the beginning for the premiere episode. So ultimately, Trinity has effectively been gone for a couple of months, not just from June to July, but she's been gone probably at least since May. And you did not say anything the entire time that Trinity has been on the show. Mind you, other exes have come out. An ex of KC came out, you know what I'm saying, during the show. One of Carl's exes came out during the show. Sincere's ex came out during the show. You know what I'm saying? There have been multiple exes that have come out during the show, whether they've said good things or bad things about these Islanders, right? And I find it interesting that this is what, like a week or so, a little after a week, that Trinity and Bryce have won the show, have won that 100th Thou Wow, you know what I'm saying? And they only had the one interview with the Today Show and everything else. But Neil, all of a sudden, you want to come out the woodworks? Oh, you thought that Trinity was going to be coming back to you? You thought Trinity was going to win the 100K, you know what I'm saying, or win the 50K, since her and Bryce are obviously going to split it. And, you know, she was just going to come back to the VA and be with you. Is that what she, you know, is that what you were thinking? Like this is just crazy to me. I would think if somebody blocked you, that would mean that they're your ex. But I need Bryce and Trinity to get a team together ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Because on Bryce's end, it started with the friend that was on the Twitter Spaces. You know what I'm saying? That was alleging that he's got all this tea on Nicolas that he was going to drop. Still don't know what that's about. And that they were going to give it to a big content creator. Basically said as well that, you know, is trying, I don't know what his end game was, but he showed proof in text messages that he was in correspondence with Bryce. And, you know, basically after he got his phone back, and apparently, you know, is going on tour or works with Leon Thomas or something along the lines. I don't know. I don't know if Bryce is still friends with that dude or if he's hit up that dude at all. But basically, this particular gentleman had hate tweets against Trinity, against Anaya, against Janae, and so on and so forth, right? So we will see what happens with that. As you guys know, I did a video the other day about people impersonating Trinity, and this is separate from a fan page. that there were Trinity, I don't know if it came from a supporter or who it was, right? But somebody had created a Snappity Chat account, and Trinity does not have a Snappity Chat account, and she's not on Twitter either, right? And so they presented themselves as being Trinity and, basically said, come follow me for some behind the scenes stuff. And I think the Snappity Chat blew up. And then you have somebody on the Instagrammies that is also posing as Trinity, right? Who is, acting like Trinity until Trinity put out a statement that this is the only account. That if you do not see this handle on the Instagrammies or my Tickety Talk handle on the Tickety Talk, everyone else is impersonating me with the exception of the fan pages. You know what I'm saying? And so then the impersonator comes out and is like, oh, my phone is blowing up and all this and all that. Unfollow me, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, this is a hot mess express. This is a hot mess expression. What are we doing? What are we doing right here? Why is there so much drama right now with these winners? Everybody's trying to clout chase. Everybody's trying to get their name out there. Everybody now is trying to sabotage Trinity and Bryce. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And the haters are already out trying to call Trinity, you know what I'm saying, a scammer, a scam artist, and all the things. She's been locked up and loaded with Bryce in LA. She's not even been back to Virginia. She's not been back to Virginia. Her and Bryce have been meeting fans and everything else in Los Angeles. I am just really confused as far as how all of this has completely escalated. Like, the plot has been completely lost, you guys. And finally, we have another creator coming out that basically said that they have been denied all, requests for interviews, and said that Peacock denied all their interview requests and said, quote unquote, their strategy is different this year, whatever that means. I just hate that they only want to let these people talk to white publications. No. So I am wondering, like I said, I'm wondering if they are trying to follow, I wonder if their quote unquote strategy is the same strategy that Bravo does with the housewives, right? So let me give you an example, because I watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I talk about it on my other channel, Anonymous T, right? So ultimately, what has happened is the housewives, whenever they get on Watch What Happens Live on Bravo, is they do like a press circuit in New York. So they go to the virtual reality T show and do an interview. They also sometimes they go to Cosmopolitan, but they go to all of the, how can I say this? Commercial interviews, commercial podcasts. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Commercial interviews, commercial podcasts, not the urban ones, right? Now, K. Michelle was able to get on Shannon Sharp and was able, you know what I'm saying? You'll see the housewives like K. Michelle and Shamia and others. They'll go to the local Atlanta radio stations and things like that. And sometimes they will also appear on The Breakfast Club and Angela Yee and all of this and all of that. However, the commercial, quote unquote, podcasts is where it seems like Bravo, NBC Universal are really pushing for the talent to do the interviews about the show. And I'm wondering if that is Peacock's approach this season, because they do not want to have a situation like Huda on Call Her Daddy or Ace with the Speedy interview that puts into question production's integrity and all of this, or the integrity of the show or things like that. But here's my thing, right? Here is my issue, right? Is ultimately, y'all all got a rep, right? Y'all all got a rep that y'all got to reach out to, right? For press or interviews or things like that, or people that might be booking stuff for you and all the things, right? Independent of, you guys, working on getting your team together, getting signed to an agency, getting signed with talent and all this and all that, you have a connect via Peacock that basically you can reach out to, like, hey, is it okay if I go on this interview? Is it okay if I go on this podcast? This sort of thing, right? right? And it sounds like some of these publications that normally get these interviews, that got these interviews in previous seasons, have reached out to Peacock, and Peacock said, no, we have a different strategy this season. But I feel like this is hindering the winners. This is hindering Trinity, and this is hindering Karnaya. Because the people are starving. Their social media is starving for us to get press. Why all of a sudden, all of the dumped Islanders, last being Corbin and Kenzie, got to do, and Dylan, are the last set of Islanders that got to do all these interviews and got to interview wherever they want. Corbin got to do the press circuit, you know what I'm saying, with Entertainment Tonight, E! News, Access Hollywood, all the things. We don't even have that with the finalists. We have nothing from the finalists to talk about their experience on the show. The only interview that we got from the finalists was that little 6-minute interview from the Today Show, and it was clear as day they didn't watch the show. It was clear as day that they did not watch the show because they were primarily just talking about Trinity and Bryce's interactions. They had a question about interracial dating, but ultimately it sounded like they did not go over like what actually took place and transpired in the villa. And I feel like this is a huge mistake because I feel like Peacock is trying to gatekeep drama for the reunion, but on the flip side, Corbin and others, and Sol and Beatrice, they can all be messy, and Amora, they're all allowed to be messy on the internet, right? But you are holding these finalists hostage, and I don't like that. Because this is the opportunity for them to showcase their personalities, to get themselves out there, you know what I'm saying? To, have more visibility in the press. And this, I just don't like this approach that Peacock is doing. That's fine. You want to restrict who they go on interviews with, but the fact that it's been completely shut down altogether, one interview for the winners is unacceptable, and nothing for the finalists, and the best that we're going to get is an upcoming podcast with Kata and Melanie. No. And I believe Sincere did an interview with Complex, but it was clear that probably those were pre-approved questions that could be asked, right? And what happened to Zack Attack's interview with the Vile Files? Did that get pulled? Did the credentials get pulled for that interview? Or is that interview going to be coming out this week? But something in the buttermilk isn't clean with the press of it all. Like I said, in the article I discussed yesterday from the Hollywood Reporter, it's not that they are blocking brand deals. They are blocking, you know what I'm saying? They have the 1-year non-compete as far as not going on other TV shows, but also they are trying to limit what podcasts and interviews they go on, so that there's not a who dat and a situation. But I feel like we are overdoing all of this. I feel like this is way too much because you are basically setting up these people for failure. So that is it, you guys, for this video. I need y'all to do me the biggest favor and do y'all biggest one, and that is to hype the video. Hype the video, please. There's that. That is it. That is all. It's Todos Es Final. It's finito. It's the end of the road. It's in the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post some content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.